Okay, I'm making this video because I went to the doctor and they told me I had the big C. No, not cancer, cheapness. He says, you got the big C and you complain about your bill all the time. That's another story. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm older. Let me get to that later. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I was born and grew up in Detroit. Let's take that back. According to my kids, I never grew up, so I was raised in Detroit. I guess my parents thought I was a weird kid because I went to a child psychiatrist. And you know what? That kid didn't help me at all. I used to run with the hood when I was in Detroit. No, actually I ran from the hood, not with the hood. Yeah, but you know, for some reason black kids never seemed to like me too much. I think it was the clothes I always wore, especially the white hood. I have two brothers who still live in the Detroit area. Dave, who's a semi-retired lawyer, which means basically he only screws people part-time now. and Don, my youngest brother, he finally found religion. He's been reading the dictionary his whole life and he finally got to REL. Dave and I used to get in trouble a lot, and being the older brother, I was a little smarter than him. But I remember one time I was about 7, he was 5 or 6, and we were out in the alley playing, and there's some bigger kids there, and they were using some words that we never heard before. So next morning we came down for breakfast, and my mother said to Dave, "What do you want for breakfast?" He says, "What the hell? Give me some Cheerios." And my mother said, "What'd you say?" and spanked him and sent him up to bed. So then she turns to me and says, "Jim, what do you want for breakfast?" And I'm a little smarter than David. So I said, "Well, you can bet your ass it won't be Cheerios." Actually, let me tell you, I've been married for 43 years. I tint my hair gray. I laugh aloud at Scary Movie 4. I'm terrified of tornadoes. Every time I get a tornado warning, I go to the basement, and I don't even have a basement. And I'm not real good with super glue, as you could tell. Currently, I'm unemployed, or which means I'm in between jobs. Actually, I met some guys that have been in between jobs for 18 years now, so I guess it's not so bad. I've always done accounting for my whole life. But my philosophy is, you know, if it's close, that's good enough. Obviously, the IRS didn't agree with me. But anyway, I did work for the federal government doing census work last year, which basically is like being unemployed because you pretend you're looking for work and you get paid for it. There is some discrimination in the job market right now. There's not much call for pole dancers my age. But the economy is really, you know, there's really a recession out there because there's a company called a moving company called 2 Men in a Truck, and I always see just one guy driving the truck. And the guy you see standing at the freeway exit, he only does it 4 days a week now because he can't afford the gas for his SUV. As I mentioned, I think I was getting older. I didn't realize I was getting older until I went to an antique auction and got 3 bids. But you know, as I get older, I do more charity work. In fact, right now I'm working on a walkathon for memory Alzheimer's. The only problem is I can't remember what date it is. But you know, as I get older, I got a lot wiser, and I've learned a few things. Never clip your toenails with a chainsaw. And never fart in church. But if you do, make it a quiet one and just look at the guy next to you, really glare at him. And finally, never take a laxative and a sleeping pill in the same night. My name is Jim Lanctot. Thank you. God bless you.